So I don't know if this is real or not, but the disgusting thing is that there are many people on Twitter that are defending this, and I see leftists defending this, and that is very interesting because you go in their timeline and you see that they really hate that Elon Musk took over Twitter. And when this came out as a picture, which went viral, a lot of them are like, no, this is actually a good idea. And I see right wingers as well, and the argument that they give is that it's protecting the children. Oh, you're protecting the oh my god. So like for several decades, the internet exists without this, and I guess like children were in great harm. But all of a sudden, we need to be racist to solve the problem. Because I understand from the Democrats that asking an ID from people is racist, right? So it's racist when the government asks it to vote, I guess. It's fine when social media does it. You know what's interesting? Like if you look at Parler, when it got hacked, all the biometric data was released. Now, I asked some experts, like, how much is the biometric data of a person worth? Because no one asked that question. But it's an important question, right? Because if it isn't worth anything, then no company would try to gather it. Apparently, for a person that finished university, your biometric data is around $2,000 to $5,000. Okay, now multiply that with the number of users, and you can see how you are the product and how much money do companies can make off your ass. And by the way, the price may actually increase once more companies try to develop AIs. So they're going to try to get more and more information off the internet in order to get their chatbots more perfected. And, having access to this type of information, like they're willing to pay. So this type of information is just going to grow in value. Now, if the company doesn't automatically say that they're not going to sell your information, then you should assume that they will. And take into account that even when a company outright claims that it's not going to sell your information, well, Facebook said that, and yet Cambridge Analytica still created the scandal. So, any person that is in favor of this, I'm sorry to say this, but you're not doing it for the children, okay? You're either a useful idiot, and a useful idiot is a political term to define a person that's championing a cause that they're not aware of, or you're just being subversive. Like, children, again, have been safe up until now on the internet, using the internet as is. The argument is like, okay, well, we need to make sure that kids don't access Twitter because there's porn on Twitter. Like, where are the parents then? What are the parents doing? Like since when have we delegated parenting to social media corporations? Like, I think the damage far outweighs this. Like the moment you have the possibility of Twitter getting hacked and you have your government issued ID now going into the hands of the hacker, and you need to show your face, right? Like you need to have a device camera. What is this Chinese shit? You know what's interesting? Like all of the leftists, they will say, well, rape joke normalize rape. So like if you're a man and you see someone else at a party doing a joke that's inappropriate, you should call them out and blah blah blah. Race jokes normalize racismus. If you see a man just doing racismus, you should call them out. You should be like, hey mate. Okay, but like how does this not normalize the fascism? Like, is this normal? Like, is it so like up until now I use the internet without having to display a picture of myself and a government ID. If you really want like people to verify that they're of age, why not just use a credit card? Like, I'm fine, like, okay, so you say that kids shouldn't be on Twitter because of pornography. Fine. Credit card. Just like have you do like a random purchase, like $1 thing, or just like verify that you have a credit card. Then you don't need to give your government issue ID. You don't need to show your face, right? Just personally though, I don't think this is going to go through. Because, first of all, it's highly unpopular, like, despite the shills and despite the number of people that are being in favor of this and trying to justify it. I don't think it's going to go through. I don't even know if this is real or not. The only reason I'm making a video is because I already see the conversation happening on Twitter and seeing how many people are in favor of it. And this picture itself went viral. It does look like it's from the beta program that Twitter has. And take into account that even if it's real, like many things that go onto the beta don't necessarily make it into the actual end product. But if this makes it, right? And it's even if it would be roll out on only people that want blue check marks. Like, first of all, you're going to notice a lot of people that do pay for Twitter all of a sudden not paying, because like this is unacceptable. It's not that I have necessarily a problem with showing my ID. I just don't want to normalize this shit. But secondly, if it actually does manage to get successful, if it actually does manage to train people into showing their government-issued ID on the platform, then more platforms are going to do this, right? So expect Google to do it, expect Facebook to do it, expect all the others, right? So then you won't have a choice. You want to use the internet, you're going to have to show your ID in order to use the internet. And imagine the power like governments are going to have. Oh, you made a shit post. You posted a racist meme. Well, we actually know who you are. We got your ID and stuff. So, yeah, I mean, if people support this, they're going to get it. Like, tacit support is a thing, so if you're quiet about it. Alternatively, this can also be black propaganda. Black propaganda has nothing to do with the color of the skin. It's basically when an opponent, like someone who would, in this case, would hate Twitter, would create this picture to make it look as if Twitter is saying it, so that it generates buzz and controversy. What's interesting, though, is that Elon Musk isn't debunking this, even though, you know, like, he could just come out and this is going viral, so it would be in his best interest to say, like, no, we're not going to do this. Like, this is ridiculous. But, you know, like steps to do this have been done. I mean, I just want to dial it back a little bit, like get you through a walk down the memory lane. The first company that came up with this bullshit where they wanted to tie someone's identity to the product was Blizzard. So Blizzard on Battle.net, on their forums, and this was like back in 2012 or something like that, they wanted to connect people's Facebook account with their nickname in game. And people were outraged. They were like, no, like this goes against internet anonymity. I don't want people to see who I am, right? And the idea was to crack down on trolling, because now you can see who is doing the trolling. So you go into their Facebook account, you talk to their mommy, and you're like, oh, look, Skullfuck47 is naughty on the Blizzard forum. So anyway, like this was so unpopular that it just went down, right? Like the idea of tying your Facebook account with your game account like was considered incredibly obnoxious. Same with the idea of online-only connections and whatever. But then it became normal, and it became normalized. Like if you guys remember, they initially, in order to maintain account security, they would call it, you would have to have like an authenticator. So you would buy like a token, which would give you a number, and you would use that in order to connect on your on your account. Now, as time moves on, the authenticator could actually be on your mobile phone. So Blizzard had this. Like if you wanted to get into their Battle.net, you'd have to like open your phone, and it would give you a number, and you type that in. But what they did, and it's not Blizzard that did it first, I don't know what company did it first, is that they require now two-step authentication. So they just flat out call your phone, right? So like they have your phone number, and your phone number in many countries, which try to crack down on burner phones, require an ID in order to give your phone number, right? So in order to have a phone. So like you need to have a government issue ID in a lot of European countries. And with the government issue ID, you can make a phone subscription, and then your phone is actually tied to your government ID. And you're giving your phone number to this corporation, which now knows where you are and who you are. Okay, so like that is one invasion of privacy that many people are willing to put up with. And now like the second step is like, well, if you're willing to put up with that, like why not just flat out show us your ID, flat out show us your photo, just do that. You know, so they will probably have an AI, because like I don't think that they will have like an actual human person to compare your face with that. So like all of your information is going to be stored at the company. They're going to have access to your government ID. They're going to have access to your photo and your camera and shit. And they're going to be able to compare, mix and match. And do we have any guarantee that they delete these data? That they're right, and all of this is to make sure that you have your identity, that you're the real person. That get the fuck out. You know, like why up until now we didn't have to do this? Let me know what you guys think, and as usual, I will see you in the comment section. Take care.